Wait till we get to Africa. Wait till we get to Africa. Then we'll see some hungry people. Here all of us are like, Africa, they'll be just beating down the doors. They'll be like, give me the Lord. Heal me. Lay hands on me. People are vomiting and demons are flying out all over the place and they're like celebrating. Here, like it's like we take an offering, it's like we gotta try to go like, hey, this is part of the worship experience. You get to give to the Lord. And people are like, and then they give my dollar. You know? Well, is it like is it before taxes or after? Unbelievable. Whatever happened to us? We become so dull. So what a drag, man. I'm like, let's get out of here. Let's go to Africa. Some excitement. Stevie and I have gone to churches down in downtown LA. They take an offering down here. People freak out. They pull their hair out of their heads and throw their hats and take off their jackets. They're like, I get to make an offering to the Lord. You! Here we're like, you know, everything's a hard thing. Everything's a drag, man. It's like, come on. Don't you look around? We all watch television or we go to a U2 concert and we're like, live? Look at all the live? I don't care if it's $1,000 for that ticket live. You can't graft onto that guy's experience. That's his experience. What about you coming to life? What about you finally giving up and giving yourself to God and coming into true joy instead of circumstantial Christianity? How about that? How about that? My gosh. We actually might get out of this world while still living here. You know what? That's why we don't see any miracles. Or very few. I want miracles everywhere I go. Yesterday I'm looking, there's this dude on a bike, and I'm like, Lord, do it. Do it for this guy. Just tell me what to say. You need to forgive. And he's like, you're telling me what to do? I'm like, yes, I am. You don't even know me, dude. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to tell you. Why? Because I have the authority of the Lord. I have the love of God. I'm not a mean man. I'm a good man. I have love for you. You're misled. You're out snorting coke and smoking your dope and like running around with all these girls. And I'm like, no, man, I got authority. Life. I got life. You got death. And I told him, check this out. I told this guy on this mountain bike, I go, there's a song by Jackson Browne. It says, no matter how fast I run, it can never seem to get away from me. And he goes, that's why I ride motocross bikes, huh? And I said, yes. You're figuring out yourself. I don't even need to tell you anything. He goes, I think that's why I do it. I go, what are you running from, dude? He goes, my daddy was a mean SOB. And I said, right on, man. What did he do to you? He's like, he left me and my mom, went off with some lady, never came back. And I went, hard, huh? It hurts. And he's like, yeah. He goes, that's why I just want to run and ride my bike and ride my motocross bike as fast as I can. But you want to get away from your pain. And he's like, yeah. No more running. Stand still. Let it catch you. Let it impact you. Let it hammer you. Let the hurt of this world have its way. Let it take you down and remake you. Stop running, man. Stop. Come on, you guys. Come on. Let's all move together on this thing. Stop it. Stop running from this thing. Stop giving in to fear. What will happen to me? I'll lose control. I had this one guy, we were doing a Bible study on the other side of Canaan, over by Old Agoura a couple years back. And we're like talking about all this stuff we're talking about now, and this one guy who comes to this church, but he's not here this morning. He, I think we prayed for him or something. He melted down, and he was crawling around like this on all fours. He's like, just like that on all fours. And there's this dude standing at the door in the back. There's like 60 people, and there's a dude standing at the back door, and he's like, he's tatted up. He's got these big old tattoos, and his hair is all perfect, you know. I'm like, now that dude's a gangster, for sure, total gangster. So at the end of the meeting, I'm walking around talking to people. He comes up, he's like, can I talk to you for a minute, man? And I go, yeah, what's up? And he's like, what was that dude doing on the floor? I said, I think he's just like, getting out his stuff. And he's like, I ain't never doing that. And I go, really? I go, well, I hate to break the news. If you don't submit to the Lord's will, I said, I don't know what your history is, but chances are you're going back to the pen. And he goes, you think? And I go, no, I don't have to think about it. It's just what's going to happen. You're either going to give yourself to that experience of being broken so that God can remake you, or else you're going back to the pen. That's the way it's going to work. Guess where he is right now? Pelican Bay. Bye. Bye-bye. because he stuck an ice pick in some guy's lung. You choose, man. You guys choose. Choose. I said it on Tuesday night. I said, you know what God is saying? And I got this picture while we were worshiping. I saw 2 feet in a big pool, and it was the deep end. And God said, both feet in the deep end. All or nothing. Get in. A lot of us are half in, or a quarter in, or 3/4 in. What's it going to take for a total surrender on our part? What's it going to take? What? When? When? If not now, when? When's it going to happen? Total surrender. What is God looking for? Total surrender. Lose your life for his name's sake. I don't know. It doesn't say you get to keep a piece in that sentence. Nowhere in the scriptures do I see you get to keep a piece. Give up. Give up.